Hi guys, welcome to another video. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. Y'all better be snapping too. Snap. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all know.
Girl.
Okay, but before we get into this video, you already know what I'm about to tell you to do, and you better do it. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Please help me push out my content. Yeah, like I don't like how these past few videos have been looking, like the views been looking a little low. So go ahead and help me push out my content. And today we're going to be talking about, are you listening? Because he's talking. Are you listening to him? What are you listening to? Is he talking to you? Or are you delusional?
Stop it. Get some help.
Anyways, let's get straight into this. Okay. Okay. Now, have you ever heard of the phrase, God is talking to you, but you can't hear him because every other voice in your head is too loud? That wasn't a phrase. That was... Anyways, have you heard of that? Yeah. It's true. It's real. It's real. Okay. There's going to be times in your life where now he doesn't only just talk to you. He gives you signs. You could be reading something. Ask God for a number. There you go. You see the number. God, if it's this, God, if it's that. But this is really all about, are you listening to him when he talks to you? Are you really listening to him when he tells you not to do that? Are you really understanding that is God that's speaking to you? Just like you have a whole bunch of demons around you that's like, you go outside and they're, like, have you feeling insecure about how you look? Or, just if your brain is never silent, can you tell which one is God? If you have a mind that is always running, if you're always hearing a voice or two or three, if you're under demonic oppression, can you depict which voice is God? Okay. I'm going to tell you about me, and I'm going to tell you about like my experience. Okay, now y'all already know that I dealt with a lot of spiritual warfare, especially around the time, for a very long time, I dealt with a lot of spiritual warfare. I was into witchcraft. I didn't consider myself as a witch, but turns out I was a witch that didn't do any spells. Okay. But I definitely could do things that I had no business knowing how to do. And yeah, I could tell you that for years, every time I woke up in the morning, my brain, I had about 10 seconds before my brain started going on a limb, like hearing so many, and I knew what I was hearing were spirits. It's not like I genuinely just thought like, hey, I'm going psychotic. Woo, woo, woo. No, I knew that was communicating with me, whatever energy that I was attached to, whatever energy that I was channeling, it all, it all stemmed back to me, or whatever the case. I knew that it was spiritual, but my mind held so many different conversations, so many different spirits speaking to me, at all types, all sides, and like I just said, like conversations, I promise you, I could hear conversations about me that I wasn't in the room for. I was not in the room for it. And how like this was very much validated more than once. It's like it'll be brought back up to me like, hey, we were talking about this, that, and they would say exactly what I heard. I would literally hear the conversation. Anyways, I talked about this or whatever, and I still have not came up here and talked about my my testimony for real, but you know, bits and pieces. I am going to definitely still come out with that. It's just kind of hard. It's kind of hard, but yeah, like me dealing with that, it was so normal for me, so I got used to it. But it was like I couldn't depict what was God and what wasn't, because I was just spiritually infatuated with so many things. Like you may not be spiritual, but you're infatuated with what you have going on, or you're dealing with things mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You're just dealing with things, and you cannot depict the voice of God. You're gonna have someone a spirit in your ear telling you you're the worst thing that ever happened on this earth, and you should just die. And you're gonna have another voice that's much quieter saying, no, come to me, you know, let's, like, I've got you, I love you, okay? But it's so quiet. It's almost it's like you can't hear it because everything else is so loud. God is not, he's not loud unless you're in like a life or death situation. Then you might hear a no. You know, like there's been times where, like in those times, it was like, no, like don't do that, like please, and I'll still do it. Anyways, but yeah, like, okay. And then, you know, going to the time of like when I started to be with Christ, or wanted to be with Christ, it was so bad. Like this is around the time when I told you I took that fast, and I felt like I had to go to the mental hospital because it had gotten so bad. And at this point I was able to hear God's voice, but at that point when you're trying to, sorry guys, I lost storage, but as I was saying, it's gonna be like when you come out of contact with those demons that you had kept around for so long, or you know whatever, it is going to be very troublesome. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be demonic attack on top of demonic attack, and that just comes with debunking all that. Okay, that just comes with removing that. But it's like you definitely have to sit down with Christ in order to know his voice, to be able to hear. The Holy Spirit talks to you, Jesus talks to you, God talks to you, three in one, but they are all different. Okay, three in one, they're all different. Okay, but it's very important to be able to sit down and think and spend time with God, talk to God. That's how you're going to be able to understand his voice. You're going to know when you hear it. You're going to know when you hear it, okay? There's going to be times where God will scream at you, now, you know, like I said. But I don't know, like I feel like that's really it. But always remember that, you know, God is talking. If you can't hear him, he's going to show you. He's going to show you. He's going to send you numbers. He's going to send you an animal. He's going to send you a text. He's going to send somebody else to tell you what needs to be said. And I could be that person. You need to listen. You need to listen to him when he's talking to you. And that goes for me, because honestly, I'm really supposed to be recording another video about something completely different. And I did not want to. So I'm recording this. Yeah. So I don't want to be a hypocrite and like that. So I'm just letting y'all know, like, I don't be listening all the time, but I definitely heard how are you gonna tell somebody else to listen when you're not listening? I was like, you know, hey. Anyways, that's all I got for y'all. Listen and spend some time with him. And yeah, like, I love y'all. Happy Suicide Prevention Month, and you guys be blessed. I love you guys.